Hey there! We're talking on this video about the two reed platelets and the design and what it's all about, which of course are part of this series here on the Psardo chromatic special, that new harmonica from Phil Psardo and Psardo. So the name Psardo is like Phil, S-A-R-D-O, and then you take the P from Phil and you put it on the front. So the name is Psardo, 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 Psardo. That's the name, Psardo. Okay, so anyway, let's talk about these two reed platelets. Now, a normal harmonica like this one, you have one reed plate that runs the whole length of the harp. And if you have a problem with a reed and you can't fix it, send back your harp. Or put it in a drawer and don't use it anymore. But in this case, it's not like that. This design's very different. You can see that there are two reeds on each platelet. And, well, shall I take one off for you? You can watch me do that. All right, I'm just going to take my little bitty screwdriver. I come in and I just take one little teeny screw out. And then I have another teeny little screw right here. Okay, and now I have what's called a reed platelet. Okay. Now, this reed platelet has two reeds. It has a blow and a draw. So if I had a problem with like the reed on the outside of the harp, which are all draw reeds, then I could actually work on it. But if it was on the blow reed, which is on the inside, I could just take this off, flip it, and now I can work on that one and test it too, which is quite nice. Or, for those of you who don't want any part of the nasty customization business, put this, just call up and have Phil send you another one. So you can get it, and then when it comes in, you come over here, and let me show you how you put them in so that you know how to do that. It is basically the opposite of taking them out. You put down the little thing like this here, and this goes like this, and then you kind of make sure that it's in the same orientation as the others. All the numbers, they're numbered. The little numbers go on the inside, not the outside, and I drop it in like that. I just dropped it in. There's no little screws. Now I pick up this little bitty screw here, little teeny screw, and I just come here and plop that into position, and there I go. And then the other little screw, there's only two little screws per reed platelet. And so I just kind of put this in, and I back them out backwards until I feel a little click, and then I take them in, and that way you'll never have a little stripping problem. I just bring them in pretty snug. I don't really make them real tight. You don't have to make them real tight. And there we are. Can't even see that there was a problem. If there was a problem, it's just all fixed. So, and you might say, well, is that better? Is that a better design? Is this a better design than standard? It kind of depends what you want to accomplish and how much you work with your hands. I customize. I make parts like the frictionless mouthpiece slider, a Kettlewell frictionless mouthpiece slider, and I configure harps and customize instruments and make them really good. And so for me, I can do all the work, but I would say that for a lot of my friends, they don't work on harps and they don't want to. As a matter of fact, they consider taking the covers off, something that they don't really want to do. So if you have a bad reed or a bad wind saver and you don't really want to mess with it, you just take and call up, order another when it comes in the mail, a little plastic packaging, like a protector thing, and you take it out and you can put it in, and there you go. So it's pretty easy. I think that I also do like the idea that I can easily work on my blow reeds, which are always on the inside of the harp. All your blow reeds are on the inside. These are all draw, and that makes all those wind savers blow wind savers, which is why they do this, so you can get to those wind savers. But if I want to work on a blow reed, I can just take that platelet out, flip it, put the two screws in, and now you can grind on it or whatever I want to do. And I like that. It does have the downside that if you're doing reed gap adjustment on the whole harp, you'll have to pull out every platelet. But I've done that. It's not the end of the world. But so I would say adjusting reed gaps on all the notes on the harp is faster with a standard reed plate. But this is a concept which is patented. And I would say that for most players, it would be preferable. I can deal with either one, but I do find it easier to do my little things that I want to do to reeds using this particular design. So there you have the two reed platelet concept on this new yummy Psardo SPECIAL. This is orchestra tuned. Now, if you know me, you know that I'm a real stickler on airtightness, because if it's an airtight harp, I can control that vibrato, play gently, you know, what's called like low dynamics, gentle. You're not going to do that on a leaky harp. There has to be the ability for the air to fire that. You can also do things like tongue piston. You know, that's kind of a fun thing. And so I would say this is a great harp. It's kind of a series. This one is just on the two reed plates.